So sometimes what we hear is a person gets their hearing aids, they get them out of the box, they get them working, they put them on, and they're hearing better, they're hearing louder, they're hearing more clearly, but over a little bit of time, they're not performing as well as they used to. Things aren't sounding as clear or as loud as they used to before. Well, what are some of the issues that could cause that? Well, the number one issue when it comes to maintaining your hearing aids is wax in the receiver or in the dome. So the first thing you want to do is just check and make sure that there's not a wax buildup in those domes. And it's really easy to do. I'm going to take mine out of the case, this one out of the case. Now it's going to flash blue and white for about 30 seconds. It takes about 10 seconds for it to come on. And I did hear it beep. It tells me it's in program 1 when it did that. The first thing you can do to check is to do the in the hand test. Basically put the hearing aid in your hand, and when you cup your hand over it like that, you should hear it squealing. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's squealing loud and clear. And so squealing like that is actually good when you're handling it. That lets you know that the hearing devices are working and that sound is coming out of the receiver. Now, we don't want them squealing when they're just sitting on top of your ears or in your ear canal, and we'll have other steps for dealing with that. But as a way to test if sound is coming out, cup them in your hand and see if you get that squealing sound. Now, what we recommend is every morning taking the hearing aids and using the brush, either the brush that it came with, like this, and you can use that to brush off that dome tip, like that. You want to turn it upside down so that gravity is working with you, and just brush that dome tip off every morning. And the reason why we recommend doing it in the morning is because overnight any wax has had a chance to get dry and flaky, and it's a little bit easier to remove. Now, this is a pretty small brush and will do the job, but you can also use just an old soft bristle toothbrush like this if you have one. You know, a medium or soft bristle toothbrush will do the same job. It's a little bit easier to handle, and you just want to go in there and make sure you get all that wax out every morning, and that will go a long way toward maintaining your hearing aids. And so if you're having some performance issues, this is really the first thing to check. The other thing is this dome tip right here. So I'm going to zoom in on it here for us. Hang on a second. Let's get over here. So these are very tiny openings, as you can see there. Let's see if we can get even closer. So there we go. You can see that's a very small opening at the very tip of that dome where the sound comes out. That right there, that's where the sound comes out, right up here. And so that dome tip needs to be kept clear. And you know, some people are just blessed with more wax than others, and some may need to clean their hearing aids and their ears out a little more often than others. But that's the area to pay a special attention to right there. Now, these domes also have filters built right into them. Let's see if I can show you that. Turn these down a little bit so they're not squealing on us. But right there, see if I can get it focused in. Okay, right there, you can see down that hole, it's white and it's got some little holes there. Let's see if we can get even closer. Let's see here, right about there. Okay, there you go. You see those tiny little holes? Those are filters that are built into these dome caps. So if you clean that off every day, that will help to keep those clear. Eventually they might clog up and you may need to change them out. It's a good idea to have extra dome tips on hand so you can do that. It's very easy to do. Basically they just pull off like I just did. Let's get it back to autofocus. So basically just put it on like that. Okay, you just want to make sure it's seated on there really good. Give it a little tug, make sure it doesn't come off. And to take it off, you just simply grab it, kind of twist it a little bit, and it comes right off. And you can replace it with another dome tip. Now, once you find out which dome tip works best for you, you can have several of those dome tips on hand so that you can change those out once a month or so. But the other area to check is you can take that dome tip off like that, take it off, and then check this area right here. That's where the receiver, the sound is. See if I can focus in on it again. That is where the sound comes out of the receiver. The dome fits over top of that. That could also get clogged, and you can take that brush that it comes with and just reach right in there and clean that out. You can even use this wire tip end to dig out any wax in the dome or the receiver that might have accumulated there. But if you turn it upside down, just brush it like that, that will let gravity do its work, and you can clean out the domes like that. So that is probably the best way to remove wax and maintain your hearing aid. So wax is the number one issue when it comes to hearing aids and performance issues, is wax buildup in the hearing aid. So if you're able to take the dome off and get that squealing sound, then you know that the receivers are working, that the sound is getting through, and that you may need to change out the dome or clean out that dome with that brush. And once you find the dome tip that works best for you, the right size, the right openings, you can order those from our website and have extra ones on hand to change out every month or so. And that will go a long way toward helping you keep these hearing aids working and performing at their peak performance, okay?